Huskies? How about those Huskies?
They're good, man.
You were a college football guy. You are well aware of what's going on in that world. 2 years ago, 2 years plus, whenever it was, that they hired Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
You and I talked about it, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn because I listened to every word you said, and I thought you were dead on accurate.
Yep.
You were like, they are toast.
Yep.
They're not paying this guy.
Yep.
They're sending a message that they don't care. He is probably going to be a short-term solution until they can find the right guy down the road. And here we are. Since then, he's lost 2 games total and went 13-0 or 12-0 rather this year. Wow.
Kalen DeBoer is the son-in-law that the parents didn't want you to marry, but he turned out to be a really good guy, right? Like, he shows up for the holidays, and you're like, Biff, we didn't like you at first, but you've proved us wrong. I think Kalen DeBoer, not only is he, congratulations to him for being Coach of the Year for the Pac-12, I think he's Coach of the Year in the country. I think what he has done for this Washington Huskies football team, fan base, and everything has been absolutely incredible. The dude is good. And let me get a little bit more specific as to why I really think he's really good. I'd say it's fair to say that his team, you wouldn't look at the University of Washington and just be like, this is the most talented team in the United States. You wouldn't say that. But what really makes him good is that you can see from the TV screen the incredible culture that they have. And what I mean by that is when you win close games, the way that they have the last 5 or 6 games, that tells you culture. That tells you a bunch of young men that believe in each other and believe in the coaching staff, and vice versa, the coaching staff believing in their kids. That's why when they go for it on 4th and 1 against Washington State, right? There's some huge 4th downs that most of you that watch the Huskies can be like, yeah, that 4th down, I can't believe they went for it. They can. That's culture. That's what Kalen DeBoer has brought to this team.
Yeah, I think winning close games is also a tribute to coaching acumen as well. So with all that said, with the coaching staff that they got, with the players that they got, do they have enough to win that game?
That's the beauty. That's the beauty. Absolutely. Absolutely, they have enough. I mean, first of all, this is Sark's first time, too. Sark's never been to this kind of thing. Texas hasn't been in a situation like this since 2009, right?
Colt McCoy?
This is a real opportunity. Now, back in the day when they went to go play Alabama down there, when 85, 90% of the crowd, you were there, so
I was there.
was Alabama fans.
I think that's being honestly conservative.
Most people then were happy just to be there. I think that if you're a Husky fan right now, you don't have that I'm happy to be there mentality. You have that, oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We can beat Texas, and you can possibly beat Alabama and or the team up north. I can't say their name. But what I'm saying is that Alabama is a 4th and 30. They were 4th and 30 against Auburn, 4th down and 30 when they made that miraculous play in that situation. And the team up north, hey, they have their issues too. I definitely think UW has an opportunity to win.
Even with, I mean, I think that 2016 UW team was probably more talented than this one. Now, the quarterback, this is obviously a much better quarterback.
He's a better quarterback,
that makes
man.
up
I think that's
difference.
a big difference. I think this kid's really good. I got to tell you, I really like Michael Penix a lot. I liked him when he was at Indiana, oddly. I saw him, I don't watch a ton of college football, but I randomly saw him play a couple times. G will tell you I don't know anything about quarterbacks, but he's wrong. The first time I watched that kid play, I was like, oh, that kid's real. He's legit. He's really good. He's athletic. He can throw the ball anywhere on the field. Some of the athleticism isn't what it was because of the knee injuries, etc. Dude can play, and he is a heck of a leader, and he is really, I love what he's done. He's not put up the gaga numbers in the second half of the year. I don't think he's going to be the Heisman Trophy winner because of it. They're probably going to give it to Daniels, would be my guess.
I want to say something. The second part of what you said, I agree with as far as, hey, they're probably not going to give him the Heisman, but it isn't because of the second half numbers. They're not going to give Michael Penix the Heisman because it's full of crap. They're not going to give him the Heisman. I mean, I want y'all to listen right now. I can't say what I want to say. I wanted to say something else. They're not going to give him the Heisman because of real East Coast bias. First, how are
Southeast Coast bias?
How are quarterbacks judged? How do we all judge quarterbacks? Wins and losses. That's how we 13-0.
Yeah.
If somebody would have told all of the experts that the University of Washington would be undefeated, Pac-12 champions, number 2 by the College Football Playoff Committee, I would wonder if they'd say, well, whoever the quarterback is for that team, that right there is the winner. Because I feel in my heart, had Bo Nix won in Las Vegas against UW, they would have gave that thing to Bo, because they have this whole thing with Bo. Bo already had the name because of back in the 80s.
The Heisman nod, you mean? They would have given
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think it still would have gone to the Daniels kid, but whatever.
They should give it to the Daniels kid. This should be given to Penix.
The one thing I will say, I think you make good points. The one thing I will say is, I think what you just said is totally true in the NFL.
Yeah.
When a team is good, we judge a quarterback by wins in the NFL. I certainly do. I don't judge college quarterbacks as much by wins as I do in the NFL. I think in the NFL, that game is all about the quarterback. It's all about what he does in the final couple of minutes. The quarterback completely changes the culture of everything in the NFL. I'm not saying the quarterback's not important in college. Obviously, he's still the most important guy in the field. But the head coach is such a huge portion of what happens in college. The rest of the talent, the schemes are so important, and sometimes the talent differential is so great that I don't know. I don't know that I'm not saying Penix doesn't deserve it. I think the world of the kid. I don't know that I look at QB wins as hard as I do in college as I do in the NFL.
I just don't think we can be subjective when we pick and choose when we use that, right? And the reason why quarterback is just as important in college is because the vast majority of the time when we're looking at the Heisman finalists, this is why right now 3 of the 4 are quarterbacks, and most of the time, right, a quarterback is going to usually win it. Mm-hmm. How long did all of the experts just try to just shove Caleb Williams down our throats as a Heisman? I mean, he lost 1 game. Oh, well, Charles, that might have been a fluke. He lost 2 games. Oh, well, his pinky toe wasn't feeling well, and we'll see. No, stop it. Michael Penix is the Heisman. Period, point blank.